Hello everyone, welcome to Midweek Gaming. I'm Nick on the side of the comms, of course, Justin providing audio commentary and his own brand of madness where and whenever applicable. If you don't know the show, we do unscripted, so prepare for some hardcore ramblings. Brought to you by PetSmart. No, I'm kidding. But if they wanted to sponsor us...
by Democracy.
Brought to you by Democracy. Remember, kids, take your democracy today.
Liberty and democracy.
Liberty and democracy. On the topic of democracy, today's topic actually is about the most democratic thing ever. No, not the US of A, but basically the US of A, the video game. Helldivers. Well, I don't know. Even nowadays with the US, that's debatable, but I digress. We're doing Helldivers 2 today. Well, actually, we're doing Helldivers 2, Horizon, and Ghost, but we'll get to those two later on. First off, let's do Helldivers 2. So basically, Sony had a massive convention. I can't remember what it's called. Basically, Sony CES, basically Computer Entertainment something or other. I can't remember what it's called. Basically, a big presentation where they reveal all the stuff and all the big tech companies, I think, come out. I think it's either them or all the tech companies. It's been a while since I've looked at the CES. But anyways, so they were there, and they revealed plans going forward. And some of the things Sony revealed in their presentation is they're actually in the process of making three movies, or, well, technically three projects in the space of film related to three of their biggest projects right now, or three of their biggest franchises in the gaming sphere right now. The first off being Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2, again, we don't know much about these projects, but they revealed that it is in production. No official stamp given for when that will be, or how it will even be done, but they plan to do it. I don't know how. Maybe, like, we were talking before the show, maybe they'll do an entire movie, like, in the style of, like, I want to say almost like the game's cutscene format? Like, would you call it cutscenes? I guess so.
It would be a cutscene. It was technically an animated. It was like mixed with
Animated cutscene thingy.
live action mixed with animated.
Kind of like it, yeah, in the style of their trailers and their cutscenes, and forgive my clock in the background if you hear it, but so yeah, they're. Can you guys hear my clock in the background?
Yes,
or no?
We're gonna hear it in the background.
Oh bloody hell!
Keep going.
Well, whatever. Moving on, but yeah. So they'll either possibly do it in the style of the trailers and the cutscenes, or maybe it's kind of hinted they'll do it in the form of, or the ideas they might do it in the form of Starship Troopers, since Starship Troopers shares a lot of, I don't want to say comedy, but like vibes of Helldivers 2. If you ever watched the Starship Troopers movies, technically, the first one I think is the most, I think, quotable. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. That's where that comes from. So maybe they'll do it in that format. I just don't know though. Helldivers 2 is an interesting franchise, and just Helldivers in general, because it's not like Star Wars where you could technically get away with all female, goodness gracious, all human cast. No, I was going to say female. All human cast like you could with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, for example, a new one they released on Star Wars, or Disney Plus, excuse me, is Skeleton Crew, which Jade Law and like a few children are going around doing stuff in the galaxy, which I might watch. Looks interesting. And I think there's like one droid, and you know, presumably aliens going into it, or I don't know if even in Star Wars the term alien applies, considering how multicultural that galaxy is. But you know, it's one of those things where it's like you can kind of get away with an all-human cast in a Star Wars flick because it's so human-centric in many ways. But in Helldivers, it's very much humanity versus everything else. It's kind of like when you're doing a Warhammer movie, right? Yeah, you could just do humanity within the Empire. You could get away with that, but if you really wanted to tell it well, you're probably going to have to bring in the other races, so orcs, Tyranids, which are basically Terminids on steroids, you know, Eldari, yada yada yada, which can pretty much get into some heavy effects, especially if you do, like I said, the Tyranids.
Yeah. The more you want to get involved to go and draw more people in because of, you know, you're being more authentic to the actual work, the more you're gonna have to go and away from the whole idea of using live action, like actual people, actual actors, because you're going to have to simulate some things, especially on the Terminid side. The
Yeah,
Illuminate,
it's like it's all
like
bugs.
like with the Illuminate side, you could very well do
Get away
actual
with it.
actors in suits and stuff, but anything
Yeah.
else, it'd be much harder.
Yeah, you could kind of go the Predator route, like they used to do the old Predator films, where it would just be like a giant guy in a suit, just like extremely covered in cosmetics. You could do that, but again, then you get into the automatons, and it's like, you're getting into Terminator, which again you can do with cosmetics these days. I mean, Hollywood cosmetics are extremely good these days, but now we're talking some serious money, so it's like, how much are they investing? I mean, again, they could go all out and do like a multi-million-dollar project. I don't know if they will, though. I mean, I remember Sony having this shtick where they weren't even going to do video games unless they were big blockbuster hits, which all of these franchises are blockbuster hits to some degree.
Yes.
So maybe that gives them more clout to be willing to spend more, but I don't know. Perhaps it would just be safer and maybe even better if they just do it in the style of the animation, but again, who knows? That brings us to our next one on the list, which is, honestly, if you ask me, the most inevitable of all of them, if you think about it, Horizon Zero Dawn. The Horizon franchise is pretty well established at this point. It's done its second game already, and a VR crossover and a bunch of other stuff. It's kind of become the poster child of Sony as of the last few years. It's definitely become Guerrilla's biggest claim to fame, I think. And it makes sense that they want to make a movie out of this one as well. Again, announced at the same presentation as the last one. This particular franchise, like I said, lends itself really well, though, because just the story of Horizon feels very much like a movie script. I mean, think about it. The world has ended because humanity created machines. Machines killed the Earth, which killed humanity by extension, because, we kind of need plants to breathe, and without them, you can't breathe, and that's a bit of an issue.
Small problem.
So humanity kind of had to use their technology to restart themselves, which put everyone technically back into the Stone Age. So all the old humans of the Golden Age, so to speak, are dead or in space. That's kind of the plot of the second game, but I'm getting ahead of myself. And everyone that's now here is basically the children of vat-grown humans who are now basically back in the Stone Age. So now you've got Stone Age humanity mixed with robot dinosaurs because story reasons.
Yes.
It just lends itself so well to a movie script, don't you think? Like, I feel like James Cameron could do this really well. Like, I was joking with Justin before the show. I want to see Avatar budget level on Horizon Zero Dawn movie. Like, I feel like that would be really freaking fun to watch. Can you imagine him doing like his water physics and stuff like this? And it's just I want to see good water. Honestly, though, I feel like this is a film that he would really do well, but that's just beside the point. Like I said, we have no idea how they're going to do this as far as I can tell. Maybe there's something I haven't read. Correct me in the comments again if I'm missing something here. But it feels like I said before, all these projects are very early on. They've just confirmed they want to do them and that they will do them. How and the when and the why beyond Ghost of Tsushima, which we got a specific date for. Again, we'll get to that. It seems to be still all up in the air. This one, I think you could very much, not trying to harp on the world of live action, but this one you could get away with doing live action with special effects. Because unlike in Helldivers, where again it's not just humans, it's humans, Illuminate, automatons, which are basically the Terminators, and the Terminids, which are the Tyranids on steroids. It's very much, it's all humans. It's all basically humans and nanomachines or giant robot dinosaurs. So you could again get away with it. I mean, Jurassic Park got away with it back in the 80s. So you could do robot dinosaurs nowadays with the effects that Hollywood has. You definitely could. I don't know if an animated series would work as well. Like, I feel like an animated series would work better for Helldivers, but I don't know if for Horizon that would work as well. I feel like it would probably be better live action, but again, that depends who's doing it, because we've seen some pretty junky live action movies. But, you know, that's the whole Horizon thing. I will definitely watch that when it comes out, because like I said, it feels like it was just inevitable. It's the poster boy of Sony right now as far as the franchises go. And like I said, the plot of the story, if you know the series and you know the lore of the games, it just lends itself so well to film. The Pharaoh bots, the modern day stuff, you could do prequels, sequels, oh, you could go nuts with it. But anyways. Then we have the third thing revealed at CES, and that is Ghost of Tsushima in anime format. So, if the last two were movies, this is definitely in the anime realm. We have no idea how they're doing the previous two, but this one we know is definitely an anime. Why? Because they said so. They also said it's coming exclusively to, and I love how IGN specifically points this out in their commentary, set to launch exclusively on Sony-owned Crunchyroll in 2027. So not only do we know where it will be coming out, we have a specific date. Not surprising because, unlike the two other movies, which, again, probably require a lot of figuring out, this one seems pretty easy. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, set in Japan, on Tsushima, duh. It feels very fitting to have it in anime format, just because of where it takes place for, I don't know, just it feels right.
Obvious reasons.
Yeah, for, you know, logical reason, but... And again, Crunchyroll is now owned by Sony because Funimation was owned by Sony, but Funimation got closed down by Sony after they bought Crunchyroll, so now Crunchyroll's the only thing in the anime business, it's a mess. But anyways.
It's very
This is what we call consolidation. This is what we call consolidation and monopoly, children, but anyways. So yeah. Again, all of this is in-house, like I said, because the previous two pieces that we mentioned, Horizon and Helldivers, are being developed by Sony Productions, and again, Crunchyroll, as IGN points out, is owned by Sony, so it's all internal. And like I said, this one has given a specific date, 2027. Not surprising. This one has probably maybe been in the works for slightly longer, so they know when it will be able to be finished. Plus, animated series... Series?
Serii?
I don't know. Are series, but are I guess more easy to pin down in terms of when they'll be finished because it's like making a TV show, right? It's gonna be either an animated movie or an animated series. I'm not sure. Again, correct me in the comments if there's something I'm missing, but it's like, okay, well, 12 episodes, we'll do it here. This guys will do it, and it will be out by this date. You know, it feels like there's a lot less work involved in some degrees. But again, I don't make anime, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just have their dates better figured out. I don't know. But yeah, we know the date, we know where it'll be, and that's what we have right now. So, Sony has released 3 named projects in the world of film. What do you think, Justin?
Well, I don't think they've released. They're going to release.
Well,
them.
they've released that they will be doing them.
I will say yes, please.
To which?
Do it.
I feel like you'll definitely watch Helldivers.
Yes. I don't watch too many new movies nowadays. I haven't even watched any of the Sonic movies, but I will most definitely be watching the Helldivers movie when that comes out.
As he plays Helldivers.
Yes.
We will watch that together. We will watch that together just so we can see how many quotable lines we can get out of it.
Liberty, my leg.
Liberty, my leg. Dude, the game itself is just filled with quotable lines. If you told me back when the first Helldivers released that this was going to become the franchise it was, I genuinely would not have believed you. It felt like a flash in the pan game, but here we are several years later. Yes, here we are several years later with Helldivers 2, a bigger budget, and who knew the only thing holding this game back was going from top down to third person. And with much better graphics.
Yes.
But, yeah, there we go. Again, I will myself definitely be watching the Horizon movie and very likely the Helldivers movie. Ghost of Tsushima, I don't have a Crunchyroll subscription. Maybe that'll change by the time the thing comes out. We will see. But yeah, I will definitely be watching one of, if not two of, and maybe three of all of these projects. We'll see. We don't even have dates for the other two, so again, who knows? Will they be canceled in the background as time goes on? I doubt it. They feel like they're two big projects to be pushed back. I mean, like I said, we already have a date for the Ghost of Tsushima anime. And like I said, Helldivers, or not Helldivers, Horizon just feels too easy to not make into a movie. Like, it just feels too good to not make into a movie. It's just too easy. Helldivers 2, I don't think so. I don't think so. Sony feels like they're definitely very happy with the Helldivers franchise right now, so I definitely could see them carrying this out to the end. Then again, you never know. Let's hope it all goes well and everything comes out fine, and that's this week's show.
Yes.
More stuff from Sony. Good stuff this time.
Yes.
Any closing thoughts?
Nope.
Alright then. That's the show, that's the week, and we'll see you all next week. Sorry we didn't have a show last week, things got a bit hectic. But we try what we can. Anyways, have a good week, everybody. See you all next week, or this week, we'll see.
Or this week. Any week. Who knows?
Any week, who knows? We'll come out of hiding eventually.